Jack and the Beanstalk. In memory of Tiki, Duke and Maggie. In memory có nghĩa là tưởng nhớ đến ai đó. Once upon a time, there was a poor old woman. She had a son named Jack. Once upon a time có nghĩa là một thuở nọ. She had a cow named Milky White, but that was all she had. Okay, so she's a widow. She doesn't have a husband. Her husband died, so she only has a son and a cow and a cat. But the cat was not mentioned in the story. Every day the cow gave milk, and every day the old woman said to Jack, "Sell the milk and bring home the money." And he did. And that was all the money they had. One morning, the cow did not give milk. "We must sell the cow," said Jack. "Then take the cow," said the old woman, "and bring home some money." So Jack took Milky White, and off they went. So he was pulling the Milky White. Milky White doesn't look very happy. He looks sad, right? Soon after they met an old man. This old man right here. "Good morning," said the old man. "That is a fine cow you have. Do you want to sell her?" "Yes," said Jack. "Do you want to buy her?" "Yes," said the old man. "How much money would you give me?" said Jack. "I have something better than money," said the old man. "What is better than money?" said Jack. "Look," said the old man. "Beans," said Jack. "Yes," said the old man. "Give me your cow, and I will give you 5 beans." "I don't want your beans," said Jack. So at this point, the old man offered Jack 5 beans. Okay, so 5 beans. So Jack said, "Nah, I don't want your beans. I want money." But then the old man said to Jack, "Oh, but these beans are magic beans," said the old man. "Put them on the ground. Tomorrow they will grow up to the sky." "Will they?" said Jack. "They will," said the old man. "If they don't, I give you cow back to you." So the old man took the cow and Jack took the beans. He ran all the way home. Okay, so he probably very excited to show his mom what he had just traded for. So after he got home, he said, "Mother, mother, see what I got for the cow," said Jack. "Good," said his mother. "Give me the money." Jack showed her the beans. "Beans?" said his mother. "They are magic beans," said Jack. "Did you sell a cow for 5 beans? You fool," said his mother. "Take that, take that, take that." Then she took the beans and threw them out of the window. Okay, so at this point she is very furious. So look how scared Jack is. So his mother took the beans and threw out the windows. Jack went to the bed without any supper. So did his mother. There was no money. There was nothing to eat. So apparently they are mad at each other. So they didn't even eat any soup or any food at all. There was no money, no food to cook properly. So Jack sat down and cried. Poor mother, he thought. Poor me. At last he fell asleep. So after he cried a little bit, he fell asleep. He went to sleep. When Jack woke up, the room looked funny. The sun was shining in one window, but the other window was full of green leaves. Jack ran to the window, and what do you think he saw? He saw a big beanstalk. The beanstalk went up and up and up, and it went right up to the sky. So the beanstalk, very, very tall, all the way to the sky. He was like, oh, what's happening? There they are, magic beans, said Jack. And this magic beanstalk. He jumped onto the beanstalk. And guess what? He climbed and he climbed and he climbed and he climbed. Look how excited he is. At last he came to the sky. He saw a long road, okay, very long road. The road went on and on and on. So Jack walked and walked and walked and walked. He came to the great big tall house. In front of the house, there was a big tall lady. Okay, so there's a lady. She's carrying some clothes. Maybe she just went to the river and washed her clothes. Good morning, said Jack. Please, can you give me some breakfast? Good morning, said Jack. Please, can you give me some breakfast? So, would you like to eat breakfast? Said the woman, well, I know someone who would like to eat you for breakfast. She said, my man is a giant. See, he likes to eat fresh boys on toast. And I heard him coming right now. Thump, thump, thump. Please hide me, said Jack. The woman was sorry for Jack, so she said, quick, jump in here. And Jack jumped into the oven. Just in time. In came the giant. Okay, so Jack told the woman, oh, I'm hungry. I want something to eat. The woman said, oh, you eat? No. Somebody eats you. I know who will eat you. Oh, seemed very cruel, right? But that not what happened. So Jack said, oh, I'm scared. Can you hide me? So she said, okay, jump into the oven, hide in there, and you will be safe. And her husband, the giant, walked in. Ah, what does I smell? He said. Fee, faw, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive, or be he dead, or grind his bones to make my bread. Oh no, dear, said the giant's wife. I think you can still smell the little boy you ate yesterday. Now, don't be silly. Sit down and eat your breakfast. Jack looked through the crack in the oven door. He watched the giant. So, the giant probably ate a person yesterday, right? So, he smelled the smell of the human again. And he said, either he alive or dead, I would like to eat that human being. So these are probably demons or something, right? They eat human. So Jack hid there in the oven and he looked out. Okay? And then the giant ate his breakfast, and then he took out 2 bags of gold and began to count the gold. At last, the giant began to get sleepy. His head began to nod, and he began to snore. He snored so loud that the house began to shake. Then Jack jumped out of the oven. Look what he got. He grabbed a bag of gold and he ran until he came to the beanstalk. So with the bag of gold, he ran away with his cat, right? While the giant, was sleeping. The bag of gold was so heavy, Jack let it fall. It fell down, 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 into his mother's garden. Then Jack climbed down and climbed down, and at last he was home. So while carrying the bag, it was so heavy, so he let it go, and it dropped from top to bottom. Mother, mother, called Jack. Look at this. He showed his mother a bag full of gold. For a long time, Jack and his mother had plenty of money. So she was like, oh, gold, is that real? Okay, so they have enough money to buy food for a while, but someday all the money was gone. Well, said Jack to his mother, I will try my luck again. So he got onto the beanstalk and he climbed and climbed and climbed. And he climbed. At last, he came to the road again. Look how noticeable the beanstalk is, but no one noticed that. No one saw the bean, and so no one came and climbed with Jack but himself. And he found a big, tall house again. And in front of the house was the great, big, tall lady again. Good morning, said Jack, as bold as brass. Please, can you give me some breakfast? You're the same boy who came here before, said the great, big, tall woman. Maybe you can tell me what happened to the bag of gold the giant lost that day, huh? Maybe I can, said Jack, but I'm so hungry I can't talk. Then I'll give you something to eat, said the woman. And look at him. Nope, I'm not talking until I got something to eat. So the woman has to give him, a couple of omelette and a couple slices of steak. All at once, thump, thump, thump. They heard a giant coming. The woman hid Jack in the oven, and everything happened as it did before. The giant said, fee, for, boom. His wife said, nah, don't be silly. The giant ate his breakfast. After breakfast, he said, wife, bring me the hen that lays the golden eggs. Then the giant said to the hen, lay. And the hen lay an egg, all of gold. At last the giant began to get sleepy. He began to nod, and he began to snore. He snored so loud that the house began to shake. So there's Jack. There's a hen looking down at Jack. Uh-oh, look what he is doing. Jack jumped out of the oven. He grabbed the hen and off he ran. But the hen made a noise. So the giant woke up. Jack heard the giant call, wife, wife, what did you do with my golden hen? But that was all Jack heard. He ran to the beanstalk and climbed down like a house on fire. So as Jack grabbed the hen went quack, 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 quack. So the giant woke up and said, "Where's my hen?" So Jack ran off really quickly onto the beanstalk like a house on a fire. "Mother, mother," called Jack. "Look at this." Jack showed his mother the hen. "Lay," said Jack. The hen laid an egg, all of gold. Every time Jack said, "Lay," then the hen laid a golden egg. Wow. Imagine how rich they could be. One day Jack said to his mother, "Maybe the giant has more things. I'm going to try my luck again." Jack got on the beanstalk and he climbed and he climbed and he climbed and he climbed. So he became a little bit greedy at this point. He wanted to go up and get some more. At last he got to the top, but this time Jack did not go right to the giant's door. This time he hid behind a bush. He saw a giant's wife go down to the road to get some water. Jack crept into his house and climbed into the big pot. So there's the woman. She has a bucket, a shoulder bucket, and she went down somewhere to get water. And Jack just sneaked into the building. Soon he heard a thump, thump, thump. The giant and his wife came in. "Fee, faw, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman." The giant said, "Do you, my dear?" said the giant wife. Say to the giant's wife, "Well, if it's that rascal Jack you smell, he will be in the oven. That is where he likes to hide." They both ran to the oven. The giant opened the door, but Jack wasn't there. Thank goodness. So probably at this point, the wife got disappointed. She mistrusts Jack. Okay, so after losing a backup goal and a hen, she was like, "Oh man, this guy maybe he's a thief. So let's go to the oven and check it out. That's where he usually hides." So they both went there, but Jack wasn't there. "Oh," said the giant wife, "there you go again. I think you must be smelling the little boy you ate yesterday. Now, don't be silly. Eat your breakfast." The giant sat down to eat, and he kept jumping up to look for Jack, but he did not look in the big pot. Thanks goodness. After breakfast, the giant said, "Wife, bring me the golden harp." So Jack is hiding in this pot right here, and the giant keeps popping up his head to look into the oven, but there's no Jack. Okay, well, he told his wife to bring out a harp, this one, the music harp. She brought the harp and put it on the table. "Sing," said the giant, and the golden harp sang. At last the giant began to get sleepy, and his head began to nod, and he began to snore. So he snored so loud that the house began to shake. Look at Jack. What do you think he would do? Then Jack crept out of the pot, and he was as quiet as a mouse. He crept onto the table. He climbed up the table leg, and he grabbed the harp. Then he climbed down and began to run. So there he is, stole the harp and ran away. So the harp say, Master, Master. The giant woke up. He was just in time to see Jack running off with his harp. Give back my harp. Jack ran as fast as he could. The giant came running after him. And Jack got to the beanstalk and he began to climb down, down, down. Giant stopped. He was afraid to climb down the beanstalk, but the harp cried out once more, Master, Master. And so at this point, Giant approached the beanstalk, but it was too flimsy. He thought it might break at my weight. So he stopped there and thinking, But then the harp said, Hey, help me, Master. And how the giant has to climb down very quickly. So the giant jumped down on the beanstalk and he began to climb down faster and faster. But Jack was ahead of him. Mother, Mother, Jack called, bring me the axe. Bring me the axe. Jack's mother came running with the axe. She saw the giant big feet, so she was frightened, so she could not move. Jack jumped out and he grabbed the axe and gave a chop at the beanstalk. So Jack was telling his mom, help me, Mom, give me an axe so I can chop this tree. But then the mother was so frightened when seeing the big feet of the giant. So she stood there frozen. So Jack has to jump down and grab the axe and chop at the beanstalk. The giant fell, the beanstalk shaking. Jack gave another chop with an axe, and the beanstalk fell to the ground, and the giant fell with it. And that was the end of the giant. So probably after the beanstalk fell and the giant hit the floor, the giant is dead. And then Jack showed his mother the golden harp. People paid money to hear the harp sing. And every day the hen laid a golden egg. And so Jack and his mother became very rich. And they lived happily ever after. So that's the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you have any question, comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit a like. If you like to share this to others, feel free to do so.